G'day everyone and welcome back to Adventra Adventures. I'm Nath, that's the Adventra, and today we're going to look at everything that is wrong or broken and that we've already fixed on the car since we picked it up back in September. Don't forget to smash the like button, leave a comment, and if you're not already subscribed, why aren't you? It's free, subscribe now. Okay, so I thought I'd start this logically. I thought we'll start with the front, we'll work all the way around the car, and then we'll go onto the inside and we'll go from there. Fortunately, with the front end of this car, there's pretty much nothing wrong with it, or nothing was wrong with it. We've already changed out both the bonnet struts. Both the bonnet struts had pretty much completely failed. That actually started to sort of fold and actually get a bit of a kink and a bend to them. The rest of the front of the car is actually reasonably solid. There's only one small thing that I've noticed, which I think is this bar bracket on this corner is a little bit meh. So that's the one thing I do have to get fixed on the front end. The headlights have both got UV peel happening. I've already kind of fixed this one here, but I haven't fully polished it or anything yet. It's already looking way better than it was. This is the worst one. The other one's not too bad. As you can see, that headlight there, you can see the UV peeling happening around there, and not to mention, you can probably just see the crazing across the lights here. Yeah, this is old. This side here, I have polished. I haven't completely buffed, as you can tell, but I have gotten the majority. I actually have gotten the UV peel off the front of it, and that lens is now actually nice and smooth as well. Both tyres on this, the rears were completely bowled. The fronts weren't particularly crash hot, but they're getting better. Bug off my car. Thank you. This mirror here, as you can tell, it has received some damage somewhere in the past. I am going to get a new housing for that, but that's easy enough. That's just a housing. Down this side, there's only a couple of very small body marks, and I've got to fix that sort of portion of the flare and the side skirt up. Otherwise, it's good. You know, there's nothing I can really be too concerned about here. Roof rails and everything as well on this side are all in really good nick. Sorry, I did wash this last week. If you're following us on Instagram, you'd know I washed the car last week and cleaned it all back up. About the only other blemishes on this side is you can see the clear coat here on the seat pillar moulds, and if I can find a bit of it, you can probably see a bit of it just there. The clear coat is peeling on the plastic pieces on this side. Awfully common for these, happens all the time. Can be fixed, but in all honesty, it's, you know, it's much of a muchness whether or not you want to fix it. Small rub marks on back quarter here. Tailgate, the rear bumper, again, these are just your everyday wear marks. It has reversed into something at some point. I did fix up both of the aluminium skirt pieces. These are far better than what they were. That one was completely in. I hammered both of these out. Sorry, out of focus. I hammered both of these out just with, you know, the end of a hammer and a piece of wood. They're not perfect, but in all honesty, I don't really mind all that much. It was missing the tow bar cover. I did get that one out of Perth. That's also now got two brand new screws two brand new factory lugs underneath it to secure it. Everything on the tailgate currently works really, really well, as does the factory rear window. Those struts have got so much power in them, it's ridiculous. The one thing I did change, I changed this about 3 weeks ago now, was I got a brand new genuine from Holden weather strip for here. The only other thing wrong here that I've noticed is one of the contacts. I think it's one of the contacts on this side, or it's that side. I can't remember which one. But one of these demister contacts has separated from the demister a little bit, so I just need to resolder that on. And otherwise, that works absolutely flawlessly. As you can tell, already got the Adventure Group sticker. Go find them on Facebook. Great group for all the awesome information you ever need on these cars, hands down. Funny story, I have repainted this tailgate spoiler, and then I found that not long after I did it, and then I found that one not long after I did it. Also, I've just noticed that my horrible paint and clear coat job is really starting to show on this, so this is going to have to end up coming off and be repainted again. Big deal. Everything on that light bar works perfectly. If you know anything about the Adventras, you know these stoplight bars love to fail. Again, wear and tear, there's this little nicks. The Adventra badge is in excellent condition. The LX6 badge has got some peel around the edges where it's lost a bit of its grey, but I'm going to fix that at some point, but it's not a major thing. Both tail lights work flawlessly, reverse lights work flawlessly. This corner here as well, basic rub marks. I think at some stage this may have been well, not really side swiped, but it's hit something. As you can tell, this is the only major piece of damage on the entire car, is this dent here in the rear quarter panel and the associated scuff marks and everything with it. And as you can see, there's a bit of something on that flare. Otherwise, the rest of that's not too bad. There's a bit of a rub mark on this flare here as well, but you can still get these brand new out of Holden, so I'm not really fussed. Same story on this side as to the other side. There is clear coat peel happening on the C-pillars. There's clear coat peel happening up on the roof covers as well. Oh, and the antenna will not fully retract. That's as far as it goes. It's got a bend in it. Totally fine with that. Don't really mind. I'm probably going to delete the antenna anyway. Otherwise, that's the outside of the car, and it's in pretty bloody good condition. Oh, and the only other thing is the handles. All four handles are starting to get these wear marks all the way around them. This one here is probably the next worst, where the paint is actually like chipping away from the body. So that's just something to be replaced in the future, but otherwise the car is complete. The only other thing that has been changed here, sorry, there are two things. The front lower control arm bushes, it's on the screen now, but you'll see the front lower control arm bushes were gone. They have been replaced with factory originals, and the rear suspension at some stage, one of the previous owners has replaced it with standard shock absorbers. This has now got brand new, genuine air ride shock absorbers in it. The pump, the level air ride compressor completely failed as well, and that's also been changed. So I think we'll move on to the inside now. The inside of the car is actually where I think the most awesome stuff actually is. How complete this car is. The sunroof works flawlessly. The actual cover is a bit dicky at the moment, but that's only because it needs to be recovered. I have all the roof lining currently taken out of the car because that needs to be retrimmed. But the battery and oil pressure gauges work perfectly. Came with the dash mat as well. The climate control system works beautifully. The factory 6-stacker CD player. The factory 6-stacker CD player still works absolutely brilliantly. Can't fault that. Both cup holders, both in the dash, both work absolutely fine. Steering wheel controls all work. Power seats, both sides, work absolutely wonderfully. This car really, and all 4 power windows, the child lock. As far as I know, because we haven't really taken it anywhere on the road, the hill descent and the ESP will also work just fine as well. And even more brilliantly, and it's unbelievable, we have full books for the car. Owner's handbook with service and the service history book. Like, for crying out loud, we've got the original dealer's business card from the original dealership. This was originally sold new at Plaza Holden in South Australia. Even got the comment card from when the car was new. It's amazing what is actually still in this car. All of the factory original, like the accident guide, roadside assistance, the paint care booklet with an extra backup copy of the accident guide again, the roadside assistance booklet, the audio system handbook. Like, it's all here. It's absolutely complete. It's amazing how complete this car is, and just how much extra stuff came with it that wasn't even supposed to come with it. I didn't even know it had full books and whatnot. I didn't really care. You'll excuse me, I'm sweating like a pig. I'm going to start this car and cool this car down because it's far too hot in here. The factory keys, both keys. I've got 2 keys for the car. Both work absolutely amazingly. Oh, that was the only one thing. You can probably hear that level right compressor. And assuming you can hear me now, the only other thing that's had to be changed is the battery. The battery had started to completely give up the ghost by the time we got here. So, interior lights, they all work. Like I said, sunroof works absolutely amazingly. The only other thing we've had to fix is the sunroof drains. I don't know whether or not it was just because it really didn't rain when we first got the car, or because I had taken out the headliner so soon after we got it. But that's when we then discovered that, and hence the reason why I've got these yellow towels in the car, that both front sunroof drains were both blocked, especially the driver's side one. This one was the worst one out of the two. So we have fixed that. Fixed both of those. The rear ones are also done, and I think now we'll move on to the tailgate and we'll have a look in there. As for inside the cargo area back here, there are a couple of things. Well, I know it looks a bit dodge, but bear with me. Oh, that's a bloody hot tip. Don't touch this while it's on. You'll burn yourself. As I said, the headliner is completely currently taken off. The mess that's back here is an organised mess, because a lot of this is all the panel covers. It was all like the C-pillar and all the other pillar covers that have had to come out of the car to get the headliner out. But it's amazing what's actually come complete with this car. I've got the full set of the tie-down lugs for the integrated rails inside the boot. Still got the original soft cargo barrier as well. That's got to go back in once the headliner and everything gets done. Things we did have to pick up that this car would have come with genuine from brand new was a cargo blind. Thankfully everything from VT to VZ uses exactly the same cargo blind. Picked that one up in Port Macquarie for like 50 bucks. Brand new cargo net. This car would have had, again, one of these factory. Picked up that for dirt cheap. The only other thing that was missing from the back of this as well was the original factory tie-down straps, luggage tie-down straps. I've now got a brand new set. I picked up probably the last brand new set in existence in their original box. Picked them up for an absolute steal out of Melbourne. There's a bottle holder straps on either side. I can shift my fat butt out of the way. You'll see these are like a sort of elastic strap. These have pretty much perished and failed, so they're going to be replaced. But otherwise, like everything back here, the power socket, as far as I'm aware, works a charm. The subwoofer back here, I have tested obviously with the stacking CD player. Everything back here works. Don't know how, but it all works. And now with a level ride, like this thing actually now sits up in the air as good as it's supposed to. Please like this video if you've liked it, leave a comment, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. I would really appreciate it. We're getting very close to getting this car actually road registered. You're going to come with me on the day that we actually go. We're actually going to go back to my old work. We're going to go hunt Holden, and we're going to actually go get this car blue slipped, and with any bit of luck this thing's going to pass the blue slip on its first try. I'm really I'm nervous of the blue slip, because as I said in the first episode, I'm not a trained mechanic. I'm a parts interpreter by trade. I'm pretty cluey when it comes to mechanical stuff, but I'm not a genius. So I don't know if there's hidden stuff on this that's broken and I don't know about it. I'm really hoping there's not, because that's going to be really bad news for me. But otherwise, I will see you guys on Sunday, and I think that Sunday will probably be our preparation. Well, we might even have the blue slip done by next Sunday. So I urge you all to stay tuned. Like I said, subscribe, make sure you smash that bell notification so you get a notification when we upload, and I will see you guys later.